Hey guys, RyeRye here. Today I have a Destiny video for you. I'm going to be going over the Voidwalker subclass for the Warlock in Destiny Crucible. So this is for PvP Crucible, the loadout I like to use running in the Destiny Crucible with this class. This is my favorite class, my favorite subclass type by far in the game, and just kind of how I use it, utilize it to great effectiveness in the Crucible. So let's go ahead and get into the particulars of this class. Well, first you see I'm at obviously the Voidwalker. I feel the Voidwalker is much better for PvP than the Sunsinger. Sunsinger is excellent for PvE, especially having the chance to go ahead and respawn and bring yourself back from the dead. But in PvP, that doesn't really work out that well. Sure, you can maybe get a quick revenge kill, but if you're talking about the most bang for your buck, you want the Voidwalker, you want that Nova Bomb to do as much damage as possible on enemies and get as many multi-kills as you can. And you'll see when we get into the subclass, that's kind of how I have my guy set up here. Let's go into now some of the weaponry I like to use. It is basically, guys, if you've played any PvP at all in this game, you notice a lot of players running with an auto rifle and a shotgun. Now you will see players in their second slot use maybe a fusion rifle. I've been killed by plenty of hand cannons and some pulse rifles here and there. But for the most part, you use most guys are using an auto rifle and a shotgun. Largely because the time to kill in this game is a little bit higher than it is in other popular multiplayer games such as Call of Duty and Battlefield. So that being said, you need something that's going to be able to put a lot of bullets on target, on getting headshots, getting upper torso shots to basically do as much damage as you can and get kills. And that can be tough to do with certain weapons in this game. By all means, if you're good enough with a fusion rifle, by all means use one and use that to get kills. It's an instant shot kill if you get up close enough and can get that hit on it. But you're leaving yourself real vulnerable as that thing charges up to attack and to death, especially if somebody else is using an auto rifle or shotguns. And if you miss that shot or only get, let's say, a partial shot on them, usually more times than not you're going to end up dead and the enemy's going to get the kill on you. So that's why I tend to run with a shotgun more than anything else. I will once in a while run with like a Praetor's Revenge or a favorite sniper rifle. Like Patience and Time, if I'm in a bigger map where I'm playing a team deathmatch, let's say, and I want to be able to use stealth and snipe and do things like that, that I might switch up to that at a certain point. But really, for more of most of the maps on this game that are mid to close range, you're going to want to be using something that's going to give you a lot of effectiveness in those ranges. And to me, there's no better combination than a good auto rifle and a good shotgun. I use the Invective shotgun. Really, any shotgun you can use. This is my legendary one I'll use. I'm just unlocked this one and starting to really like it as the Found Verdict. But basically, you want to have an exotic and a legendary of each one in here, so you can kind of mix and match. As you see here, I use the Shadow Price is one of my favorite new ones that I've been using. But I also have the Suros Regime leveled up that I'll use as well to go ahead and kind of mix and match depending on what I want to run with and use. So, for example, here if I switch up to, let's say, the Praetor's Revenge sniper rifle, and I'm going to be sniping with that, I would then switch this one to the Suros Regime to go ahead and utilize its exotic abilities there. So really, just so long as you have a good auto rifle and a good shotgun, you're going to be pretty well off. Getting back to the shotgun, again, reason being is because a lot of combat comes down to getting up close and then shotgun meleeing. Just the time to kill alone, you see this a lot in Halo, means enemies throw grenades, throw some at each other, start shooting, and then a lot of times they're moving kind of towards each other. If you can get a shotgun melee combination real quick, the enemy's dead. And it's a very effective tool, especially when up close. I'd rather have a shotgun than any other weapon in the game when we're talking about close quarters combat. And I also suggest using a machine gun. Now, a lot of guys I still see using a rocket launcher, which is fine if you want to use a rocket launcher. It'd be great, to get a good multi-kill. But the ammo is so limited when you pick up heavy weapon ammo with the rocket launcher compared to what you get with a machine gun. I've had 10-kill streaks with the machine guns, whereas I've never had even close to a 5-kill streak or a 6-kill streak with a rocket launcher. So that being said, I like to use a machine gun more so than a rocket launcher, just for the fact that I can hold on to that ammo longer, usually get longer kill streaks, as well as hit enemies in the air a lot easier with a machine gun than you can with a rocket launcher. Now over here, really none of this stuff, guys, matters too much. Some of the things like your melee hits, replenish grenade energy, things like that might matter, but the light level defense doesn't matter because in Crucible everybody has kind of the same amount of hit points. So I usually mix it up. I'm a level 30 character. I can easily be a level 30 character with this character, as you see. Oh well, it won't let me do it there, but as you see right here, I can easily be a level 30 character real easily, and it hasn't updated yet. Oh, why is it not level 30? That's weird. As you see, everything is up to level 30. It hasn't updated. It's still showing it as level 29. But I could be a level 30 character quite easily with this character. But since I want to run with an exotic that's going to benefit my playstyle most, really that's what counts more. So I just have it switched up so I can run with the exotic I've been using, which is Void Fang Vestments. Reason being is that you have the enhanced Axiom Bolt, so when I use an Axiom Bolt grenade, that kind of travels a little further, and I also spawn with grenade energy, which benefits me no matter what grenade I'm going to use. So that's the exotic I like to run with. And let's get into the subclass here, and I can describe what I mean here. So I mostly play control. I will play some deathmatch and team deathmatch game types once in a while, and for that your grenade Axiom Bolt is great for that. But in this case, what I like to do is in playing in a lot of control and objective-based game types, I like to run with the Vortex grenade combined with this Vortex Mastery over here. Reason being is that the Vortex is going to stay longer, you'll get extra kills, do extra damage on enemies, and can kind of control areas a lot better than you could without it. Axiom Bolt's great, but it's kind of a one-hit thing. One time you throw it, the Axiom Bolts go spread out, hit their targets, and then that's it. And it's kind of over at that point. Whereas with the Vortex grenade, it can stay, and you can get, you know, I've thrown a grenade on a spot before and ended up getting kills. I've gotten kills with guys behind cover around a corner because I'll throw it at the cover. The Vortex goes through the cover and actually damages enemies and can pick up kills that way. So I suggest using that. Another thing about this build is you see here my armor is very low, again because it doesn't really matter. Everybody starts out with the same amount of armor and hit points, so armor doesn't really matter. So really spec yourself to have good recovery and good agility. That's going to benefit you more so than the armor is going to benefit you in the Crucible. And as we go here, my focus control is what I like to use. Some guys, you know, really like to use Blink. Blink's great for disrupting enemies and kind of confusing enemies to where you're at. But I like focus control because of the ability to get kind of high in the air, control where I'm gliding, and then rain down with my Vortex Nova Bomb. Or Shatter. If you use Shatter, that's fine too. But again, I tend to like the Vortex to get, you know, keep an area under control when playing the control game types. Lifesteal, I like to use this. Sometimes I'll go to Surge, but really Lifesteal only because I notice that when I use a melee attack, if it's going to be up close, which means a lot of times an enemy is going to have, they've meleeed you, maybe they hit you with a shotgun blast, and you automatically going to get damaged. So just having the ability that, you know, if I hit a melee, get a kill with it, I get some of my health back is really beneficial in PvP. As you see here, again, we're focused on battle recovery and speed, so that's what that is right there. Annihilate, I like Annihilate more so than Angry Magic. The tracking doesn't seem to work real well as far as I'm concerned. Hunger, increased duration of energy drain effect really doesn't matter too much to me, so I'd rather have the increased size explosion created by the Nova Bomb and grenades, since I'm really focused on Nova Bomb and grenades in this build. Again, training focused on raw speed, and we talked about the Vortex Mastery, which not only benefits the Axiom Bolt Seekers, but really benefits the Vortex effect and the Nova Bomb and the Vortex Grenade. So really, you get dual benefits with this. The Vortex over here for your Vortex Nova Bomb, and then also for either the Vortex Grenade or the Axiom Bolt. So really, when used with the Void Fang Vestments, really good to have this kind of loadout. But let's go ahead and take a look at some gameplay here and see the strategies and how we use these in game. Okay, so we have some control gameplay here, and I'm going to be going over some of the tactics I like to use in the Destiny Crucible with this loadout in control, and this will also work in some other game types as well. But this is the beginning of a match, and anytime you're at the beginning of a match, don't just run in and capture that middle flag. It's a good idea, as you see here. I'm going to shoot at the enemies, keep them back off it, throw my grenade in there. I actually end up getting a kill right there with my vortex grenade to keep them off that area as they try to capture it. And once me and some friendlies go ahead and clear the area, now it's safe for capture. Now while you're doing this, realize that there might be some enemies still, around the area. Check that little radar up at the top left corner. Check that mini-map. That'll give you an idea what you should do. If you see it bright red like it is there, that means they're on the same level as me. Once it gets to bright red, and then they're in the area. So switch to that shotgun, do the shotgun melee, and you'll end up winning, especially if your enemy that's shooting at you misses his fusion rifle like you did right there. As you see right there, I also get some assists because I have some friendlies that I'm communicating with, helping control the area. This is, again, a good idea of that shotgun melee combination. As a Warlock, it's one of your best defenses. It's probably the best weapon ability combination you can use in close to get and rack up kills. As you see here, shotgun, and look at the range of that melee. I mean, he's really not in normal melee range, but because I have my melee superpower charged up, I'm able to get the kill on him. Now this is some clips here showing the usefulness of the machine gun. Again, the machine gun just basically being able to do damage. And I know this map well. We want to hold two flags. You want to hold the Alpha and Bravo flag. And I know I see a little blip on my radar screen showing me there's an enemy back there. So I go ahead and throw my Nova Bomb down there. Now my Nova Bomb might not be getting a lot of kills or kill anybody there, but what it is doing is going to basically shut that area off for a couple seconds from the enemy being able to go up there. So he's going to have to double back and go a different way. I'm basically forcing where I want the enemy to go. And as you see here, I'm then able to come back here and help contest the B flag. So really what you want to do in these game types, guys, is control two flags and know the map well enough to know which are the best two flags to control. Basically, which ones you can do a patrol back and forth to the flags to once you capture them to make sure they stay captured for a long time, longer than the enemy. And same thing here. You'll see here, that's kind of what I'm doing here. Hanging out in this middle area here, using my knowledge of the map to go ahead and control. Now I see we have A flag. We're capturing Bravo flag. I think let me go over and get over here and help them capture it. But I see enemies coming in. I back off to a position where I know I'm going to have cover and start helping my teammates kill some of these enemies that keep coming into the flag. They're just pouring in here. But because I have that machine gun with that large clip, I still have the ammo to rack up kills. It's essential to know your situation, know your surroundings, and utilize your abilities and your weapons to best effect. And that's kind of what I did right here. And as you see here, we were able to keep the enemy off the flag for quite some time. I ended up dying there, but again, very effective way of doing things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit like and subscribe if you did. Leave me any comments as to what you like to run with as a Warlock. And until next time, this is RyeRye. Take care.